Welcome, Gemini. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to look at the next 2 weeks for you and what's going on, and how to help you navigate your way through this time. Okay, so whenever you find this video, Gemini, is when it's applicable to you. Okay, so we're starting with the Sacred Light Oracle, and then we are using the Osho Zen Tarot to clarify. Okay, Gemini, I'm Juanita, and let's get started. So we'll just give these a quick little shuffle and then pick from the top here. Okay, so light body. Okay, Gemini. I get a sense of not quite feeling quite satisfied with things right now. It's almost like this lady has everything. She has the crown on her head, you know, she's got everything she wants, but she's not satisfied. Maybe a little bit like, I wonder, Gemini, if it's this thing of maybe feeling like thinking that if you had, you know, X, Y, Z, that would make your life feel complete, or that you would be happy, but you've realized that that wasn't actually what your soul was craving, potentially. The other thing, this feels like a bit of a heavy heart, and it could very well be that, you know, for some of you, you have maybe not it's like a bit like low self-esteem type thing, like really lacking in confidence, right? And I kind of feel like there's the sense of waiting for someone or something to come along and make it better, but it's as though, because she's got her arm linked into this square here, right? And it's almost as though that's keeping her there. And I feel as though it's actually up to, you know, she can easily unlink her arm, but it's kind of like hurry up, is anyone going to come and do this for me type of thing. So this feels a little bit like codependency, in the sense of relying on other people. And so what would happen is if there was this independence, then her self-esteem and self-confidence would pick up, because she's actually done what it is that she needed to do herself to free herself. Okay, she's figured it out and she's achieved it herself. And maybe that's the case, that, you know, with this crown, it's been given to her because that's what she was born into, but it's not actually helping her to grow because she hasn't necessarily worked for it, if you like. Okay, so just being mindful of any codependent relationships that might be in your life, okay? And also realizing that that codependency can be a bit of a shell, and potentially, Gemini, digging into what it is that caused you to create that shell, if it is you who is the codependent person or has those tendencies to be. And I don't mean that in a horrible way or a negative way, but, you know, sometimes we all want that, like, you know, we don't want to go to the shops by ourselves, or, you know, I don't know, we want to go somewhere, but we don't want to go on our own, we want someone to come with us type of thing, you know. So there's that, you know, and that's not to say that having the company is bad, but it's just looking at, you know, is this something that is on that codependent level, or could I do it by myself, but I would love to have a company anyway. And being actually completely honest with yourself about that, okay? Because it's easy to go, well, of course I could do it myself, but I want someone to come. But really, deep down inside, could you? Yeah, so, whoops, almost lost it. Patience. Okay, so Yeah, giving yourself the time to actually coax yourself. I feel, Gemini, this is screaming at me, inner child. Really, really taking care of your inner child, because often having that reliance upon someone else can be from your inner child not actually your inner child needing you, that inner child needing acknowledgement and needing the love, okay? Because and kind of you stepping into that adult self and stepping forth and not letting the inner child do the work for you, okay? And realizing that that does take time. It's not an overnight fix. You can't just acknowledge the inner child once and voila, it's all honky-dory. It doesn't happen like that. It is a regular daily practice that you need to incorporate into your life, okay? Aloneness, yes. So you see, it could very well be that some of you do feel quite lonely, because I also see this on her expression here, this feeling of loneliness. But I want to say, for some of you Gemini, if you are in that space where you feel quite alone right now, this is an opportunity for you to work out how it is that you can shine your own light to guide your own way. And I understand, Gemini, loneliness is a very heavy, horrible feeling. You know, you just feel like no one's there for you. And it really is tough. I suppose it's understanding that through that time, I just realised that sorry, honestly, anyway, through that time, you will, by gaining this independence for yourself, it's going to help you to grow, okay? And it's scary and it's uncomfortable, and it doesn't mean to say that, again, you go, say, to the shops once on your own and then you'll be fine for the rest of your entire life. It takes these things to happen over and over again for you to be there for you to have your own back, okay, and start actually being your own cheerleader and being the one who you know you can rely upon, okay? So what's our next card here? Universal Merkaba. I really love these cards. So this Gemini, I feel like there's something. Oh yeah, I see. This is about coming into your higher self, connecting with your higher self, bringing this into alignment, okay? Trusting in your higher self, okay? Because I feel like for some of you Gemini, you don't quite trust yourself, yeah? And you doubt yourself a lot. Regardless of what it's about, you do doubt yourself, okay? And I feel as though it's very important for you to be dropping anything right now that is not of the light, okay? That pulls your vibration down, yeah? And anything that's keeping you stuck in, you know, just this kind of status quo, I suppose. See, it says here, a sacred purpose. You have the answer. Lucid dreaming. Again, going back to this trusting yourself, and also particularly with this feeling of loneliness, knowing that you do have a purpose, and it could very well be that some of you are wondering what this purpose is about, and maybe waiting for someone to come along and tell you or show you what that would be. And it's about needing to go within, Gemini, and finding that out for yourself, okay? Because you are the only one on your life path, yeah? Like this guy here, you are the only one there doing that, and the only one with your particular mission, okay? And it might be, you know, that other people have a similar mission, but it won't be exactly the same to the T, Okay, so tell me more about Universal Merkaba or Merkaba. I'm never quite sure how to say it. That's too many cards. Thanks. 1, 2 cards for Gemini. Yeah, nothingness. Going into the abyss. Really quietening your mind and getting into this presence of who you truly are. This is so crucial. And the thing is, I don't even know if that came up in your last reading, because I never remember the readings afterwards. I actually have no recollection. But yeah. So going, you see this card here, there's nothing there, right? No thing. Okay, compared to this card here, where the mind is absolutely full of just, it's like the mind is polluting the air around it, yeah? And so this has been very aware of not only what you're thinking, Gemini, but also what is coming out of your mouth. Because down here is this kind of like this foundation. So being aware of what foundation it is you want to build and what is being built by what you are thinking and coming out your mouth, because this to me does not look very secure and it does not look solid. So if you're wanting to begin or start on this mission of your life, you need to make sure that your mindset and sorry, I'm getting taken off here. It's like what I'm being shown is this flow from the mouth, and it's like running water. It's either clear or it's murky. So just make sure that what you're delivering, because you might have a sense of an idea of what you want to do in your life, but it's all very jumbled and you're really not clear. So make sure that your order to the universe is crystal clear. That's what that was, yeah. And Takarana and Takara, that card. It's the same as on the box. I always love it when this happens. It always feels very special. I don't know why, but it just does. Crossing the Rainbow Bridge, resurrection coming full circle. See, here we are with cycles again. So you could be coming into a whole new cycle in your life, Gemini, and you can feel it inside you that you really want to start something new. And in order to achieve that, you need to get this in check, okay? And I also feel like, yeah, this is a big thing about mindset, I feel, with looking at the expression on her face here. Okay, connecting in with your higher self again. Yeah, that higher light. Have a look at, you know, sorry. If you have been through trauma in your life, if you've had conflicts in your life, try and have a look at the blessings of those. It could be that you've been through some trauma, Gemini, and that having been through that in turn allows you to be able to help other people by having the understanding of what it's like to actually experience that, okay? Yeah, because sometimes there are blessings in trauma. It could have been that, oh, I don't even know. There's just so many examples. You might have, say, lost a job or had a relationship end or something along those lines. And although you can't see it and couldn't see it at the time, it may have ended up that the company went bust or that person turned out to be some kind of fraud, or I don't know, you know, just take your pick about what could have happened. But, you know, really understanding that there's always a positive to be gained from the negative, okay, and realizing that it might be a matter of you, in order to change this, to start viewing things from a different perspective. Okay, yeah, anything else about that card, please? Spirit knows what I mean. Totality, yeah. this, it's like you're reaching for something. You feel like you're reaching and reaching and reaching and just not quite making it, because things need to be cleared for you. For some of you, Gemini, you're almost there, like you're reaching for something and you're almost there, and you just actually can't see that yet, and it feels like, oh God, I've still got such a long way to go, but you're closer than what you think. But what's holding you back is this mindset, okay, and this chatter that's going on. Politics. This could be fear. This could be doubt. It could be for some of you that you are you're afraid that something's going to happen. It's more like this fear that's holding you back. If you have any fears, Gemini, send them to the higher light, okay? To be transmuted. Yeah, don't hold on to anything. I feel like it's kind of like surrendering, surrendering your fears, surrendering your doubts, surrendering anything that is holding you down. Okay, golden light of Ray. Look at this. I love this energy for you, Gemini. This is exactly the turnaround that we want to see. Okay, and this is perfect. Love and laughter, receiving and giving gifts, passionate projects, lifting that vibration. Yeah, really getting in, because you can see, like, how can you not see that? That kind of thing of, being generous and helping people, it makes you feel good, right? And really, say like having a good laugh at something, putting on a comedy and having a great laugh, that's going to lift that vibration, okay? Doing things for others that is purely from your heart, not from your ego, that lifts your vibration. Not doing it for recognition, but doing it because in your heart you want to give it to people. You see this sorrow here? You see this here? You have a choice, Gemini, as to which energy you would like to sit in. The other thing with this here is this energy will transmute this, and it will dissolve this a lot easier for you than sitting in it, than speaking all this sorrow. And I'm not saying to suppress it, but I feel like you've it could be that it's time to stop going over it, I suppose. Okay, for some of you anyway. And just kind of seeing, again, things from a different perspective, okay? Integration. Now, I really love this because, talking before about, hidden blessings and things like trauma. Yeah, because the trauma is still weighing heavy on you, and this laughter and doing things for other people, that can help transmute that trauma, because it is time now for that to be healed. It's no longer serving a purpose for you, and you have been through it enough in order to be able to heal it now. And I don't say that as minimizing what has happened for you, not at all, Gemini. But I'm saying that to show you here, this, you have all the tools to do this, okay? You just actually need to take that action, okay? Because again, this is about cycles, okay? And that wheel is turning. And so this yin and yang symbol, you see, you've got that there. In the darkness, there is light. Okay, so really understanding that you can utilize that for yourself. We have Lord Mal, which I call him Lord Mal because it's very hard to pronounce his whole entire name. But I will try. Melchizedek. But I call him Mal. And he is here to help you transmute any ego that is holding you down, any negative energies that are pulling you down. Okay, so call on him when you're having trouble with your sorrow and with that there. Call on Lord Mal. right? If you're not sure what decision to make, call on Lord Mal to bless your vibration, to clear your vibration, to make things a little bit easier, and to get clarity and to get a clearer vision as to what may be the best course of action to take for you, Gemini. Okay. Beyond illusion. Transformation. This is completely about transformation for you. And it could be for some of you that you can't see that the beauty in this transformation. Okay, you can't see the beauty in this, because I see it feels like for some of you there's been some sort of separation, but in that separation it's actually helping to bring things together in another form, and you're just not quite seeing that yet. Yes, because especially with this totality card here, you see these acrobats here just about to join hands, and not quite. They need one more swing back and forth to be able to join hands. And for you, you may have felt like you've been swinging back and forth forever and it's not happening. And I'm telling you, it's just a little bit more effort on your part to actually have that come into sight. Okay, and definitely what will help that is clearing this. Okay, it's kind of like dissolving this with this, and you know, you may see that as darkness, but there is light in the dark. Okay, so the dark can be a real blessing. Okay, so start trying to just see things a bit differently, Gemini. Okay, soul family, happy reunions, support, order from chaos. So, you know, getting together with family and friends, having a laugh, this is one way to sit there and just lighten your vibration, yeah? Getting support from connecting with old friends and family, spending time with them, you know, sharing stories with love and laughter. And also, as you're doing that, looking at the lessons of these things, looking at, you know, you might look at, you know, funny things that have happened. You might, see, there I go again. You might look at, you know, things that weren't so happy that have happened. But when you do that, Gemini, that's okay. But look at the lessons in them. Look at why they might have happened. Look at what you might have gotten out of that, you know, and it could very well be addressing that for yourself to see how, yeah, you have come through things and you can do this again, you know, so that things do come in cycles and they come in those roundabouts, and this is just another one of those. Okay, control, giving up the control, letting that go. Could be a family situation which you're trying to control, Gemini. It's like kind of like doing a colouring in and only colouring in the lines, right? There's some kind of intensity. I wonder if some of you are really, oh yeah, you could be feeling quite controlled by your family intensely. That could be the case. You could feel like someone's coming at you. Okay, it could be that, it could actually be a reunion happening very quickly and intensely. Some sort of relationship, be it a friendship, even a romantic relationship, possibly. But there's like this need to control the situation for some reason. So again, letting go of that, because this is sitting next to this friendliness card here, and there's a whole different vibration about that. So if there's anything inside, or anyone's trying to control you in a situation that you are in, Gemini, I want to say that this, going into this beyond, seeing beyond the illusion of what is going on. Okay, and really opening your eyes, because sometimes, Gemini, we can make decisions about something and not actually seeing the bigger picture of it, okay, and understanding the history of something that is going on. Okay, we have a light seeker here. This, to me, first off, Gemini, I feel like this is something that you're learning to do. Okay, and I feel like this too is stepping away from old patterns. Okay, again, trusting yourself and really freeing those mental limitations that you may have on yourself. Okay, kind of like shedding this old skin in a sense. You know how a snake sheds its skin. Stepping away from restrictions within the family, the control within the family. You must be the certain way because this is how it's always been done. You know, you must be the certain way because that's what pleases everybody. Yeah, stepping out into your own person. Because some of you don't want to ruffle the feathers, Gemini, but it's actually holding you down and it's holding you back. Healing and suppression, yeah. Suppressing yourself and trying to fit in, keeping these ropes on because you don't want to be seen as bad. And this is something that you need to heal. Do you know what I'm getting with this for some of you, Gemini? And I mean this with all the love of my heart. Is this kind of people-pleasing tendency within you because you don't want to upset anyone. You're doing everything you can to, even if it goes against your grain, even if there's something you don't think is right, you will still carry things on your shoulders. And it's kind of the same with these two cards. You don't quite know how to break out of that. In an oracle, you are the channel, deja vu, self-fulfilling prophecy. But see, this guy, to me, he looks really like, oh my gosh, this is this twin thing though. I wonder if this is your twin inside of you arguing with you. You know, this could be really going within, Gemini, and looking at things that have happened in the past, looking at past mistakes, looking at bad decisions, okay, looking at choices that didn't end up very well, okay, looking at ego-based relationships and seeing the lessons in those. And when you actually address those for what they are and see your part in it, okay, I feel like it will come up here into this flame and it be extinguished, like it will help to kind of release it, I guess. You won't need to hold on to it anymore. It won't drag you down so much. Sharing, finding someone you trust, sharing, this is also sharing your experiences, Gemini, with other people. So in order to help them, like I said at the beginning, you could have gone through something that was really hard and heavy, and now you can actually share that experience with others. And it could very well be that while you help other people with that, you're also helping yourself with the healing that you still need to do. Okay, this is a passionate new beginning. This is something that you love to do. Okay, this is really tapping into the source of who you are. This is what you came here on this earth to do, Gemini. And you will feel it in your heart because you will step into this energy with ease. That won't be hard for you to do. It might be a bit scary, yeah, but it won't be, it will feel very natural for you. We now have spirit guides Okay, and looking for signs, philosophical discussion, supervision. Someone needs supervising. No, I'm kidding. You know, with the supervision, that could be if you're wanting to branch out into a new career, Gemini, it could be looking for someone to guide you, like a guidance counselor type of thing, or a career counselor, which is not a codependent thing. You can seek that out. You still have to do the work yourself, but just to get you on the right track if you're not entirely sure. Okay, here's the yin yang symbol again, which I really love that has popped up. But also, you know, really looking at what is going on in your mind, because this lady is kind of like just Zen mode. Okay, and reducing those debates, I suppose, that are going on, and you know, and it could be with other people around you. And the thing is, Gemini, is to maybe just listen more and speak less. Okay. Sorry, Gemini, I just had a frog in my throat. I had to have a cough. Oh, that's better. Okay, so it could be also that in this new part of, you know, because we know there's a transformation happening, and you could be going on quite a new journey. So there's always new guides stepping in as well, Gemini, to help us along the way. So you could be getting a new guide to help you with this transition as well. Still a bit. I forgot my water. Yeah, so you know that is, I guess, that supervision as well. Yeah, but also if you're not entirely sure what it is you want to do, have a look for any signs about that might show you. Okay, love this, Gemini. Bringing the universal existence out to play. Okay, because we have the universe, which we are a part of. We're not actually separate from it. It looks like it visually, but we're not, Gemini. So this is about tapping into this reason for your existence, okay? At the same time, Gemini, realizing you don't have to prove your existence to anyone, let alone yourself, okay? What have we got here? Innocence. Okay, I love this. Gemini, this is what I feel like this ego was addressing, okay? Because this master here, you know, once you learn something, you know, there's always more to learn. We never learn everything. We're never the master at anything. We're forever learning. And this guy here, he knows this, okay? So he's looking at this grasshopper and the innocence within the grasshopper, understanding that he has so much to learn from the grasshopper, and he's not thinking that he's here to guide the grasshopper. He knows that the grasshopper is there to guide him, which is why there is more light shining around the grasshopper than there is him. The grasshopper is teaching him how to go within, how to be part of the universe, and how to authentically shine. Okay, and I feel like that is what you need to work on over the next 2 weeks, Gemini. Okay, so good luck with that, Gemini. You can do this. You know, you absolutely have it in you. Gemini, I'm going to ask you as a form of exchange to please subscribe, comment. If this is pertaining to you, like, share. We really want to help as many people as possible on their journey of life. So together we can do that. Okay, Gemini, thank you. Bye-bye.